Chelsea and Barcelona transfer earthquake. Chelsea scramble for Barcelona's Ronald Araujo after Levi Colwill's devastating injury, while the Catalan giants face major shakeups. Ter Stegen's captaincy drama resolved, Lewandowski sidelined, Iñigo Martínez off to Saudi Arabia, and a surprise move for teenage talent Geronimo Spina. Plus, the Harry Kane dream could become a reality at the Camp Nou. This is your ultimate transfer update packed with breaking news, twists and blockbuster possibilities from two of Europe's biggest clubs. Chelsea are reportedly eyeing a summer deal for Ronald Araujo following Levi Colwill's injury. Chelsea's preparations for the 2025-26 campaign have been rocked by the devastating news that Levi Colwill will miss much of the season after suffering an anterior cruciate ligament injury in training. The 22-year-old setback leaves a gaping hole in Enzo Maresca's defensive plans, and the club are already moving swiftly to find cover, with Ronald Araujo emerging as a target. Araujo emerges as a leading candidate. Among the options under serious consideration at Stamford Bridge, Ronald Araujo has quickly risen to the top of the shortlist. The 26-year-old Uruguayan international is regarded as one of Europe's most complete central defenders when fit, blending elite pace, strength and aerial dominance. According to a report by Spanish outlet Fichajes, Maresca is understood to be an admirer of Araujo's leadership and aggression at the back, and believes a regular run of games in the Premier League could help him rediscover the world-class form that made him a cornerstone at Barcelona. Barcelona open to talks. Araujo's 2024-25 campaign at Camp Nou was disrupted by recurring physical problems, limiting him to just 25 appearances. While he remains under contract until 2031, Barcelona are prepared to entertain offers in the region of €50 million. However, Chelsea may face stiff competition from other Premier League clubs, including Manchester United, for the Barcelona vice-captain's signature. Meanwhile, with the Catalan club facing ongoing financial pressures, Chelsea see a potential opening to strike a deal, one that could suit all parties. For the West London outfit, Araujo's profile fits perfectly, as he is an experienced high-level defender who can slot in immediately alongside Trevoh Chalobah, Benoit Badiashile, and Wesley Fofana apart from new signing Joral Hato. Colwill's injury has forced Chelsea into the market sooner than planned, but it could accelerate a signing that strengthens the squad's spine for years to come. If negotiations progress, Ronald Araujo could arrive as both a short-term fix and a long-term leader in Enzo Maresca's rebuild. The situation is still at an early stage, but with Chelsea needing solutions fast, this is one to watch closely. The saga involving Barcelona and Marc-Andre Ter Stegen has taken several twists on Friday, and an amicable resolution having now been reached between the two parties following developments over the last 24 hours. Barcelona have put an end to a tense dispute with Marc-Andre Ter Stegen after days of drama over his medical situation and captaincy. On Thursday, the club confirmed they had opened disciplinary proceedings against the 33-year-old goalkeeper for refusing to sign a medical document meant for La Liga, which detailed his expected recovery period after back surgery. His refusal not only stalled the club's attempt to use 80% of his salary to register Joan Garcia, but also led to him being stripped of the captaincy. Barcelona believed Ter Stegen would be sidelined for more than 4 months, making the salary adjustment crucial for squad registration. Initially resistant, the German shot-stopper has now agreed to sign the required paperwork. In an official statement, the club announced that disciplinary action has been dropped and Ter Stegen has been reinstated as captain, ending a turbulent chapter at the Camp Nou. FC Barcelona report that Marc-Andre Ter Stegen has signed the authorization for the club's medical services to process the mandatory medical report in La Liga following his surgery. The disciplinary file is closed and the player recovers the captaincy of the first team with immediate effect. Ter Stegen had hinted of his intention to ease tensions. Earlier on Friday, Ter Stegen released a statement in which he hinted at his desire to appease Barcelona's wishes to sign the necessary documentation, and he has now done so. All parties will now be able to put this behind them, with the hope being that relations can be restored in the coming weeks. La Liga can now sign off on Ter Stegen's absence being over 4 months, which would allow Barcelona to register Joan Garcia in his place. Coupled with Iñigo Martínez's imminent move to Al Nassr, the Catalans should be able to register a number of players in time for next week's opening fixture against Mallorca. A headline member of the attacking ranks at La Liga champions Barcelona could be forced to sit out the club's opening fixture in the defense of their title. That's according to journalist Xavi Hernandez Navarro, who points towards Robert Lewandowski as the player in question. Frontman Lewandowski, for those who may have missed it, set alarm bells sounding in Catalonia's capital earlier today. This came upon confirmation coming to the fore that the Pole has been ruled out of this weekend's Joan Gamper Trophy match. As per a statement released across Barcelona's social media platforms, the first-team player Robert Lewandowski has a hamstring problem in his left thigh. The striker is unavailable for Sunday's game and his recovery will determine his return. Barcelona are about to lose one central defender in Iñigo Martínez, but one could now be set to arrive at the reigning La Liga champions. Martinez's impending move to Saudi Pro League side Al Nassr means that Barcelona will be short of options at centre-back, with the trio of Pau Cubarsí, Ronald Araujo and Andreas Christensen being those at the disposal of Hansi Flick. Jules Koundé and Eric Garcia are also natural central defenders, although they are expected to compete at right-back, while Gerard Martin has been trialed there during pre-season. It's far from certain that a like-for-like replacement can be signed due to the club's well-documented financial woes. As such, there is scope for a younger player to be called up from La Masia, although it could now be that a starlet is signed with the idea of operating between the senior squad and Barca Athletic, which was the initial plan for Rooney Bargi. Barcelona could soon welcome a new young talent, as Casariando via Sport reports that the club is in advanced talks with Atletico Madrid over Geronimo Spina. The 19-year-old Argentine forward, whose move to Atleti 2 years ago sparked controversy in his home country, has struggled to secure a place in the first-team squad at the Riyadh Air Metropolitano. This lack of opportunities has opened the door for negotiations with Barca. While no final agreement has been sealed yet, discussions are reportedly progressing well, and both clubs expect to reach a deal in the near future, potentially adding another promising prospect to Barcelona's ranks. Spina will not be a direct replacement for Martinez. Spina is not seen as a possible replacement for Martinez, but rather his arrival would continue Barcelona's effort to improve their options in the youth categories. He is seen as someone that can make the step up to the senior squad in the coming years, and that chance could be afforded him sooner rather than later, provided that he does indeed make the move to Catalona. An insight into the reaction of Barcelona head coach Hansi Flick to news of Iñigo Martínez's imminent departure from the club has on Friday been provided. The info comes courtesy of Diario Sport, and confirms that the German tactician has been left deeply affected by the move. It is of course common knowledge across the world of football at this point that defender Iñigo is primed for an upcoming move to Saudi Arabia. Iñigo of course played a leading role at the heart of Barcelona's backline this past season, acting as a crucial figure on and off the pitch alike. In turn, it should come as little surprise to hear of Hansi Flick having been left in a state of shock by the sudden nature of the defender's exit. As per a report from Sport, the departure of the man from Andorra is terrible news on a sporting level for a coach who is in love with him and who is now quite orphaned. It is a very hard blow, one of those that hurt Flick. It is no secret that FC Barcelona continue to take a cautious approach with their spending. However, the savings made today could pave the way for a marquee signing in the near future, and according to a fresh update, that scenario may take shape as soon as next summer. Reports from Fischages suggest that Barcelona are monitoring a particular clause in Harry Kane's Bayern Munich contract, one that could open the door for his departure in 2026. For Barca, the timing could be perfect. With Robert Lewandowski now 36, club president Joan Laporta is reportedly keen on bringing in a marquee striker next summer. Kane fits that profile perfectly. He's not just any forward but one of the game's most prolific and consistent goal scorers. Valued at around €75 million, the former Tottenham star has built a reputation for finding the back of the net in any league, against any opponent, and in any competition. His proven quality, leadership, and clinical finishing make him an ideal candidate to lead Barcelona's attack in the post-Lewandowski era. After shining for both Spurs and Bayern, Barcelona could represent the next big step in Kane's illustrious career. Moreover, given the Catalan club's tendency to seek out strikers with great technical profiles, Kane checks off every box in terms of the kind of striker that is wanted at Barcelona. That said, any potential move would require careful financial planning from Barcelona. Despite this, the possibility of adding a player of Kane's pedigree and experience is seen within the club as an exciting opportunity worth exploring. From Stamford Bridge to Camp Nou, the summer market is heating up like never before. Chelsea's urgent hunt for Araujo could reshape their defense, while Barcelona juggled departures, injuries and dream signings, all with the Harry Kane bombshell looming for next summer. With so many moving parts, the next few weeks could redefine the futures of both clubs. Stay tuned because these stories are only getting started.